Hi and welcome to my detailed how-to tutorial video on the Gshock GST-B200. You can jump through the steps of the video using the description below. I'm going to start off this video with the screen indicators, and there are many screen indicators on this watch. Obviously you have your digital upper subdial, which of course has its own digital small screen indicators over here. So you have your AM PM indicator, your DST, alarm, signal, hands out of the way, and auto light would be appearing over here if it's turned on. So obviously upper part of this digital display is placed for a digital screen indicators. Over here you have your mode indicators. You have world time, stopwatch, countdown timer, and the alarm mode on the right. On the left you have your battery level indicator over here. How to shuffle through the watch modes. Oh, and I forgot to say that when using the the phone connection, the watch hand will move to the either Bluetooth logo over here or R over here, which indicates that the watch is ready to connect. The connection is done by pressing the over here button to connect to the phone. Shuffling through the modes of the watch is done by pressing the mode button. So you have your stopwatch mode, you have your countdown timer mode, alarm mode, and the world time mode. By pressing the long and holding the mode button, double beep, the watch returns to the standard timekeeping mode. Pressing the upper left button in the standard timekeeping mode, so the adjust button, you can shuffle between using your digital upper subdial in a different ways. So you have your time and you have your date over here with the day written in English, so 28th of May, and when I shuffle it shows the time or date. This is a solar charging watch, hence you have the battery level indicator over here, which goes through from empty to full. Currently we see that is somewhere in between. So those are the three charge levels. What is there to say about charging? Well, the watch face has integrated solar cells to keep it charged. Basically, you have your indicator over here, and to charge your watch you simply have to expose it to the sunlight or the daylight. And that would be the basics when it comes to the charging the watch. Now I'm not gonna stress you with the charging tables and how many luxes does your watch need to get to the certain point of the charge level, but the point is you simply have to expose your watch to the sun or the daylight. The watch can enter the empty battery level, and it will indicate by the second hand. The second hand will jump for 2 seconds, so currently jumps 1 second to show the time, but when it jumps 2 seconds, that means that the charge level is very low. Also, when the watch says charge on the upper digital display, it means that you have to charge your watch. The watch is in the let's call it hibernation mode, and basically you need to charge your watch to keep it running. As I said, it will say charge over here, and exposing the watch face to the light after the battery goes dead will cause the charge indicator to appear and the second hands to rotate counterclockwise until it stops at the 57-second mark. This indicates that the charging has started. Also, this watch has a power saving option, which means that you can save your battery when your watch is in the dark, which means that the hands of the watch will stop at the 12 o'clock after a certain period of time when it's not exposed to a sun, and also the digital subdial will go black, but it doesn't mean that the time will stop. The watch will not stop the time from being correct. Once you expose it to the sunlight, the watch will continue to keep the time correctly. Moving the hands out of the way, well, that's a cool feature if you want to have a better lookout on your digital upper subdial or the lower analog subdial. and that is performed by pressing the light button, and then while holding the light button, press the mode button. And you heard a double beep. Now the watch hands will move to the position where it will not damage your view. How to return the hands to the normal position? Well, simply press the mode button and the hands will move to the correct position. Now I'm gonna show you how to manually set the time and date on this watch. When I say manually, I mean by using only the watch and the watch buttons and options. Much easier and simpler way to do that is by connecting your watch with your phone, but nevertheless I'm going to run through the steps of how to set the time and date manually. So from the standard timekeeping mode, press and hold the adjust button until you hear the beep, and there it is. First in a row of settings is setting my home city. Currently it's flashing Paris, which means that I'm in that time zone, and I can press the light button or search or find button, sorry, to shuffle between the time zones and the corresponding time with that time zone. Once I'm done, I've found my time zone, I'm gonna press the mode button, and next in a row is setting my daylight saving time mode. Currently it's flashing auto, which means that the watch is pre-programmed to change automatically from daylight saving time on or off, but I can shuffle it using the find button between on, off or auto. I'm gonna leave it at auto. Next press of the mode button gets us to setting the seconds value. Now you cannot set the exact value of seconds, but what you can do is reset that value by simply pressing the find button over here. Pressing the mode button once again, we enter the setting of our value. And as you can see, the 0 is flashing over here, which means we are in that mode of setting the hour value. You can move the value of hours up and down by pressing the light or the find button. So when I press one of those two buttons, I'm increasing or decreasing the value of hours in increments of 1. Once I'm done, pressing the mode button gets me to setting the minutes value, and you can see that the 14 is flashing. That is the indication of minutes and that we are setting the minutes value. By pressing the light button or find button over here, I can increase or decrease the value of minutes. Pressing the mode button once again, we enter the year setting value, and as you can see, 2021 is blinking or flashing, and this is our correct year. But if you want to change the value of years, I can press the light button or find button over here to increase or decrease that value. Once I'm done with my year setting value, I'm gonna press the mode button and we enter the month setting value. And as you can see, we have number 5 flashing over here, so it's a May, and I can shuffle that value up and down by pressing the light button. Sorry, down is the light button and the find button is the up button. I'm gonna leave it at May. Once I'm done, I'm gonna press the mode button once again, and we can see the 28th flashing. This is our day. Today is the May 28th, and if you want to leave it at that, I can press the mode button, but if you want to shuffle it up or down, press the light button or find button. Once you're done, press the mode button once again, and we enter the 12 or 24-hour timekeeping format. By pressing the find button, I can shuffle between 12 or 24-hour time format. I'm gonna leave it at 24-hour time format, and I'm gonna press the mode button to implement it. Next up is the date display format, and as you can see, we have flashing over here. We have year, 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 month, day, day. Pressing the find button, I can shuffle that format from this to month, day, year, year. You have day, month, year. You have year, month, day, and year, day, month. I'm gonna leave it, let's say, at day, month, year. That's what suits me. Once I'm done, I'm gonna press the mode button once again, and this is the day of the week language. Basically, in the previous segment of this video, when I said that there's the possibility for you to shuffle in the standard timekeeping mode what this upper digital display shows, you have your day of the week written in English, in my case, in the beginning of the video. I can shuffle that two letters over here from English to Spanish by pressing the Find button. So pressing the Find button shuffles between Spanish, English, French, German, Italian, Russian, and back to English. I'm gonna leave it at English. I'm gonna press the mode button, and this is the button operation tone. Is it enabled or disabled? When it stands key like this, it means that the button operation tone is enabled. I'm gonna press the Find button, and I'm gonna shuffle it to mute. Again, pressing the Find button shuffles between on or off. Again, I'm saying that the key indicates that the button operation tone is on, and the mute indicates that it's off. Once you're done, press the mode button, and we enter the auto light. Is it enabled or disabled? Currently it's disabled. What is auto light? Well, the auto light is the ability of this watch to turn on the illumination of the watch face when you flick your wrist to see what's the time. So it will automatically, using this, it will automatically turn on the LED over here when the sensor indicates that you have flicked your wrist. Currently it's turned off, but I can shuffle it by pressing the Find button between on or off. I'm gonna leave it at off. Pressing the mode button once again, once you're done with that setting, gets us to the illumination duration setting. Currently you have light and flashing number 1 over here. The number 1 indicates that the watch dial will be illuminated for 1.5 seconds when you press the light button, but I can shuffle it to 3, and that indicates that the watch face will stay lit on for 3 seconds when the when you press the light button in the standard timekeeping mode. Again, pressing the Find button will shuffle between 1 and 3 and the different illumination durations. Once you're done, press the mode button once again, and this is the auto adjust. Now you cannot set the auto adjust quite yet because I haven't connected this watch to a phone. Once you do that, the watch once you turn it on, the watch will be able to auto receive the signal 4 times a day, so your time representation will be correct at any time of the day. So once you're done with that, press the mode button, and we have the possibility of the power saving on or off. Currently it's turned on. By pressing the Find button, I can shuffle it between on or off. I'm gonna leave it at on. And once you're done with that, press the mode button once again, and we are in the position of setting our time zone, and basically we are back to the beginning of setting the time and date manually on this watch. So basically we have run through the cycle of setting the time and date and other watch settings. Once you're done and want to implement all of those settings, simply press the Adjust button, and the watch will implement all of those settings, and it will be back to the standard timekeeping mode with the parameters you have just set. Adjusting the hand alignment. The need to adjust your watch hands comes when your analog and digital time, so over here the digital time and the analog time is not correct, so it does not correspond. Currently on this watch, the analog time and the digital time is at the exact point. But if the watch hands are not aligned, or the mode hand over here is not at the correct position, you can adjust your watch hands. To do that, you have to be in the standard timekeeping mode, and we are currently in the standard timekeeping mode, but just in case you're not, simply press and hold the Adjust button until you hear the double beep, and the watch will be in the standard timekeeping mode. Once you're there, hold down the Adjust button for at least 5 seconds until the 2 zeros starts to flash on the upper digital display. So here we go, press and hold, 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 and here we are. Now, first in a row of the hand alignments is the adjusting the seconds hand. Currently, we see that the 2 zeros are flashing and the seconds is indicated on this screen over here. The seconds hand should be at exactly 12 o'clock, and we can see that my hand is exactly at 12 o'clock. But if it's not aligned exactly at 12 o'clock, you can press the light button or find button to shuffle it left or right. So you have to align it exactly at 12 o'clock, as I previously said. Once you have aligned your seconds hand, simply press the mode button once again, and your sub hand over here, or the mode hand, should be aligned exactly at 12 o'clock, exactly as the seconds hand. So the sub-dial hand over here is the default position is exactly at 12 o'clock. But if it's not, you can press the light button or find button to correct it until it is at the 12 o'clock position. Once your sub-dial hand is at the 12 o'clock, press the mode button, and this enables the adjustment of your minute and the hour hands. The correct position of the hour and minute hands is exactly at 12 o'clock for the both of them. So I'm gonna wait until it aligns exactly at 12 o'clock. And as you can see, my hour and minute hands are exactly at 12 o'clock. But if they are not, I can press the light button or find button to correct it and to be exactly at 12 o'clock. And this is the correct position if you ask me. So all of my hands are exactly at the 12 o'clock. Once your hands are all aligned, simply press the adjust button to exit the settings screen, and the watch will get back to the standard timekeeping mode. And as you can see, the time is aligned correctly, indicating that, and the indicator is this digital sub-dial over here, which corresponds to the analog time on the watch. How to check the world time? Well, that is one amongst the other watch modes of this watch, and it is entered from the standard timekeeping mode by simply pressing the mode button once, and your sub-dial hand over here moves to the WT, or the world time. You can check the city name on the world time mode simply by pressing the adjust button over here, and it's set to UTC time. How to shuffle between those modes, or the not the modes, but the cities that you wanna see what is the time, let's say, in the different city of the world. Well, that's done by simply pressing the mode button over here, and you can, not the mode button, but the find button, and you can shuffle between the cities all around the world. As you can see, I'm shuffling through the cities and different times. Let's say I want to see what's the time in Sydney. So it's 8:41 o'clock, and by pressing the adjust button again, I can see that the my city is Sydney. Again, by pressing the find button, I'm shuffling between all of the other cities and other time zones. So let's say Chicago time zone is 17 o'clock 41 minutes, and the daylight saving time mode is turned on. Now I can press and hold the adjust button for at least 2 seconds, and the watch beeps, and I'm in a position of setting the daylight saving time mode in my secondary time zone. So previously you saw me set my world time mode to the Chicago time. Now there's a possibility for me to change the daylight saving time mode option in the Chicago by pressing the find button. Is it on, off, or automatic? Automatically, which means that when watch is synced to the phone, the watch will get all of that data, and it will automatically shuffle between daylight saving time when it's on or off. Once I'm done or setting my daylight saving time mode in the world time mode, I'm gonna press the adjust button and the watch will implement those settings. Those are the basics of the world time mode on this watch. I forgot to say about a cool feature when it comes to world time mode and this watch in general. And you saw me previously set my world time mode to the Chicago and my home time to Paris. Let's say I'm a frequent flyer from Chicago to Paris and I want to swap my home time and my world time. So my world time becomes my home time when I'm in Chicago. What I'm gonna do to do that is first enter the world time mode and press and hold the adjust and the light button at the same time. So press and hold it, and this will swap your home city time and your world time mode. Once you're done, simply to get it back, press the do the exact procedure. So enter the world time mode and press the adjust and the light button at the same time, and your this will swap your home city time and your world time. The stopwatch mode. The stopwatch measures the elapsed time in 1/1000th of a second units for the first hour and in 1/1000th of a second units after that for up to 24 hours. How to measure the elapsed time? Or first of all, let's enter the stopwatch mode, and that's done by pressing the mode button from the standard timekeeping mode, and you have your mode hand over here indicated that we are in the stopwatch mode. So pressing the mode button twice will get us to the stopwatch mode. Measuring the elapsed time. Well, first of all, let's start the stopwatch. That's done by pressing the find button. Pressing the same button will stop it. Same button to resume it. Again to stop it. Pressing the adjust button will restart the values. So in the first hour, you have your minutes, you have your seconds, and 1000 units increments over here. After the first hour, you have your hour, minutes, seconds, and 1/10th of a second units. How to measure a split time? Well, first of all, start the stopwatch. I started the stopwatch by pressing the find button. Press the adjust button to split the time. Again, pressing the adjust button, split release, and the find button to stop it. Pressing the adjust button will reset the value. Elapsed time is shown in 1/1000th second units for the first hour of the measurement session. After the first hour, elapsed time is shown in 1/1000th of a second units. How to time the first and the second place finishers? Press the start button over here or the find button. Press the adjust button so the first runner finishes. Press the find button, second runner finishes, and press the adjust button to show the time of the second finisher. Once you're done, press the adjust button to reset the values. Again, in the first hour of your measurement session, the elapsed time is shown in 1/1000th of a second units for the first hour of the measurement units, and after the first hour, the elapsed time is shown in 1/10th of a second units. And those are the basics of a stopwatch mode on this watch. Using the countdown timer on this watch, first of all, let's enter the countdown timer. That's done by pressing the mode button from the standard timekeeping mode. So here we go, pressing it once, twice, 3 times, and we enter the countdown timer mode of this watch. The countdown start time can be set in 1 second units for up to 24 hours. How to set your time? So currently we see that my time is set to 10 minutes, and that's indicated by this digital upper subdial. So you have 0, 10, and others are also 0. To set that time, I'm gonna press and hold the adjust button until I hear the beep. So first in a row of settings is the setting my hour value, and you can see it's flashing 0, but I can increase or decrease that value by pressing the light or find button, which will shuffle between from 0 to 24 value. Once I'm done, I'm gonna press the mode button and my flashing moves to flashing of the minutes. Now I'm in a position of setting my minutes value. I can press the light button or find button to shuffle or move up or down the value of minutes to be counted down. Once I'm done, I'm gonna press the mode button and I'm back to setting the seconds value. This time I'm in a position of setting my seconds value, so 10 minutes, and let's say I want to set some seconds. I'm gonna press the light button or find button to set that exact value. I'm gonna leave it at 2 zeros. Pressing the mode button once again gets us back to beginning and setting my hour value, and as you can see the first zero is flashing. Once I'm done, I'm gonna press the adjust button and the watch will implement my settings of the countdown timer. How to use my countdown timer? Well, first of all, I'm gonna start it by pressing the find button. And the time starts to count down. Pressing the same button will pause it, and pressing it again will resume the my countdown time measurement. A beeper will sound for 10 seconds to let you know when the end of a countdown time is reached. To reset a pause countdown to the start time, I'm gonna first of all press the find button to stop it and the adjust button to reset that value. And that would be the basics of a countdown timer mode on this watch. Let's see how the application works with this watch, or how this watch works with the application and what is there for application to offer. I have just installed the Gshock connected app on this phone, and this is my first time connecting it with a watch. So let's go. And once the app has booted up, I have to agree to the terms of service and I have to read the privacy notice, scroll all the way to the bottom, agree to all, and agree. And okay, why did it go? To boot it up again, I guess. And here we are in the application. Now what's there to left is find my watch, and that is the GST-B200. There it is, and now it says hold down the watch connect button and connect the watch over here. So 1.5 seconds on this button over here, and register the watch to the app. So this is one of the, amongst other cool features that the application gives you, and that is the automatic synchronization of the time on the watch. So basically the phone sends all of the data to the watch, and the time will be updated. So let's see what are these tabs over here. We have the guide. The guide is, I believe, pretty much detailed tutorial and instructions of how to use the world time timer, alarm, and the stopwatch. So you have all of the buttons and subdials indicated on this screen. Over here you have your world time. So previously in my video I set my world time to Chicago. So let's see how can I change it. Here we go. And these are the time zones. Let's say I wanna go to Tokyo, and my time should correspond to Tokyo time. Why it's not? I don't know. Let me find it manually. So this is Asia. Where is Tokyo? It's somewhere over here. This is the Alaska. And here we go, Tokyo. Okay, send the city to the watch. And now my world time has been updated successfully, so changing it from Chicago to Tokyo as my world time or my secondary time zone. And here we go. So my home time is Sarajevo and my world time is Tokyo time. What are the utilities? Over here you have your alarm and the countdown timer. Now in my video I didn't talk about the alarm or setting the alarm on this watch manually because it's complex and it's much easier and much simpler to use the alarm option on this application. So over here when I click the alarm, you have your 5 alarms and you can set pretty much all of you want with a few easy steps. And but when it comes to manually clicking the buttons, it's much complex. So you have your alarms and the hourly time signal. You can turn it on or off. Forgot to mention that you have your battery indicator over here. That is the same indicator over here, the analog one, and on the application you have it in the digital form, which means that the battery level is on the medium level. Also on the utilities you have your countdown timer mode. I've set my countdown time to be 10 minutes on the manually previously in this video, but over here you can set it in the application, much easier and much simpler. So those are the bottom tabs. Let's see what does the upper gear button gives me. I have my watch. This is the watch. You have phone finder settings. Let's see. Volume. Let me raise up the volume. Okay. Sound. You can change the sound what you want. Okay. You have the operating check of auto adjustment. This is the auto adjustment. Once I was scrolling through the watch settings tutorial, I had the auto adjustment on or off, and now when I connect the watch to a phone, I can manually set even that on the phone, so the watch receives the automatic time and date from the phone. Watch display settings. Those are the settings of your watch. Let's see, day of the week language, I can choose it. Year, month, that's the order. And basically all of those settings that I did manually on the watch using the buttons, now I can just use the application, which is much easier and simpler to use. Operating sound, time adjustment. Light settings, power saving settings, adjusting the home positions. I've done that also manually, but over here you can simply adjust those hands. Let's say I want to adjust my mode hand, and using these 2 buttons I can move it left or right, and as you can see the watch is synchronized with the phone, and you can do it on the watch, so the phone basically does everything for you. Those are the basics of the application when it comes to this Gshock connected app and the GST-B200. Let me show you how to use the phone finder on this watch. Now the watch is connected to a phone, but now we want to terminate that connection, and that's done simply by pressing any button. Let's say I want to press the mode button. Now the watch is not connected to a phone. Just in case, press and hold the mode button to get it back to the standard timekeeping mode. Now to see or find my phone over here, I have it over here. I'm gonna press and hold the find button, for 2 seconds. This moves to the R and the upper digital display says finally, and my phone starts to ring. To stop it, press any button. I press the mode button just to stop the sound on my phone. I have previously disconnected a phone from the watch or the watch from the phone by pressing any button to show you the phone finder. So now I have the app running and the phone in my left hand not connected. To connect it, I'm gonna press this button over here, press and hold for 2 seconds. The second hand move to the R, and when it moves to the Bluetooth logo over here, it means that the phone is connected to a watch. And there it is. Now I can delete or disconnect my phone from the watch by pressing this button over here, and the watch will return to the standard timekeeping mode. Pressing the same gear button and finding the watch, scrolling to the bottom, there is the option for you to delete the pairing registration, and now basically the app is in the blank mode and back to the beginning. And for the end of this detailed how-to tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to delete all of the information or get the watch back to the factory settings. So this section explains how to return the watch to the initial factory defaults, and that includes the watch settings, stopwatch, timer, and the alarm mode. First of all, we have to be in the standard timekeeping mode, and which we are in. Now hold down the adjust button for at least 2 seconds until the watch beeps and my currently selected home city appears on the upper digital subdial. Once we are there, I'm gonna press the mode button twice, once, twice, and the seconds will be flashing on the upper digital display. Now when I'm there, I'm gonna press and hold the upper light button for at least 5 seconds and release the button when reset stops flashing. So here we go, press and hold, clearing the pair information, all reset, and there it is. Now we are back to setting the seconds, and that means that we have resetted all of the watch info. Press the adjust button to get it back to the standard timekeeping mode. Remember that resetting the watch will also delete information from pairing the watch with a phone and unpairing them. That would be another detailed how-to tutorial video on my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and if you are into watch-related content, please subscribe. So thank you.